I know you're probably wanting this glorious, organized pantry that you can walk into, that you can hide in and eat chocolate. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be doing a pantry clean out. This is sometimes called like a pantry cooking challenge, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. I like to do this usually the last week in the month. We get paid once a month. We're both teachers, so the last week we're usually, you know, running low on money, and I like to do this at that time to try to just stretch what we have until payday. So I know a lot of you can probably relate to that. So I'm gonna share with you my pantry. A lot of people wanna know like what it looks like, staple things I have in my pantry. Well, there's not much. My pantry is so small, I will show you, but I'm gonna share with you just what I do, and I'm gonna try to make as many meals as possible for this pantry cooking challenge thing. So I'm gonna be planning 1 week of meals. That's what I do it weekly, and I'm gonna see as many of them as I can make with what we have. I'm also gonna be looking in like my fridge and my freezer too. So let's get into it. All right, so I've shared this before. You've gotta have something to put your meals down on. If you just leave them in your head, you're gonna forget and you're gonna overbuy, and you're just, it's gonna be chaos. So even if you just have a note open on your phone, that works too. I bought this at the Dollar General like a year ago. It's got every day of the week, but it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and I like to think about it that way. Anyways, this is what I'm gonna be doing it on. Let's go. Okay, here's what I'm working with. Really, really small. I don't even think I would classify this as a pantry. I would call this just cabinets that people turned into a pantry because this kitchen is so small. 1960s kitchen, not a lot of space, and this is what I have. I'll have a big pantry one day, I'm okay. But it's not that impressive. I know you're probably wanting this glorious, organized pantry that you can walk into, that you can hide in and eat chocolate. Nope, it's not what I have. So basically down here is where I keep like stuff, and I keep all of the stuff my kids want up there. All right, so green beans, I got 2 big ones, so I need to use that. Rice, I've got black beans. I do have frozen fish, so we could do that one night. Lots of rice. I got some breadcrumbs, quinoa, corn, tomato paste, creamy chickens, tomato soup, pancakes. I could do breakfast for dinner one night. Man, I've got so much rice. We could do like a burrito bowl. At the very bottom, I just put like paper towels, flour, like vegetable oil or vinegar, things that I'm not using all the time. This is like my main area. And then up here I have like baking stuff, so I'm really pretty much out of everything. So let's go look in my freezer to see if I have any meat that I could work with, because that's the most expensive. So take a glance at your pantry, look at your fridge, which you need to use at first, but if you can, focus on any frozen meat, because that's most expensive, and you want to be able to use that to save the most money in your grocery budget. So up here I've got oatmeal, I've got a couple things of cereal, granola bars, Pop-Tarts, pretzels, chips. I'm really running out of like everything. I always try to keep oatmeal on hand for breakfast, some cereals. I put like granola bars and things here. This is usually way like more full, but this is stuff that I try to not let the kids have access to all the time. And then up here above my oven, yep, ramen noodles, y'all. I have other stuff, popcorn, Ritz, crackers. Ooh, what is that? Okay, I've got a lot of elbow macaroni, so I could do like some mac and cheese or even like a hamburger helper. I'm working with 6 days here, so I need 6 meals. So something I'm gonna do on the side is I'm gonna write down some of those items that I took note of in my head that I need meals for. Green beans, black beans, rice, cream of chicken, elbow noodles, pancakes. Oh, that's not how you spell that. And my fridge. Okay, this looks pretty empty, but let me remind you that we are about out of things. So red onion, applesauce. I've got to use up this feta cheese at some point or it's gonna go bad. Sour cream. I got a ton of eggs. A whole thing of bacon. Yeah, I forgot about that. So we're definitely doing breakfast one night. And zucchini, but that's about it. Eggs, bacon, feta. And freezer, I've got a ton of breast milk. Ice cream, waffles. I've got a bunch of bell peppers. I could do fajitas. Pecan pie, and this is like some fruit and bread. And this is filled with food. I have homemade spaghetti sauce I need to use up. Broccoli. That's a chicken. Like, there's a ton of stuff. Ooh, there's that fish. I could do fried fish. Okay, let's see what I can come up with. So I start with breakfast. That's just how my mind thinks about it. I write down everything that I have for breakfast that week. So right now, for this week, we have waffles, cereal, oatmeal, Pop-Tarts, bagels. I don't have bagels, so now on another piece of paper, I make my list. I'm old-fashioned. You can do it on a phone. So right now for breakfast, I need bagels, and I think I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna buy my kids one more type of cereal. Okay, so breakfast is done. That's just how I think about it. Now I'm gonna move on for lunch. So we usually always eat leftovers for lunch, and I always try to cook enough food so that we have leftovers, but I always try to give us a couple of options for lunch just in case. So for instance, that might be a frozen pizza. Maybe we're having chicken nuggets and french fries. Okay, it's Saturday. Or leftovers, or I'm gonna pick one like thing for lunch for me and I prep it out for 5 days of work. So I might put like a quinoa black bean salad type thing. I'll buy everything for that, and that's my lunch the whole week, because let's be honest, I usually give the leftovers to my husband for lunch. So that's kind of what I do here. All right, so I wrote down pizza, fries, nuggets, and then my black bean quinoa salad for lunch that week. So I already have quinoa I need to use up, and black beans, and a red onion. So I only have to buy spinach and mushrooms to have that for lunch for me. I have bread and PB&J, so my kids like PB&J. I am gonna buy like a bag of chips to go with that. And yep, I think that's it for lunch. So I spend like the majority of my money on groceries for supper. I'd rather spend more on a meal and have a lot of leftovers than spend like extra money on lunch stuff, because if you're already gonna spend money on dinner, just spend like a couple of dollars more to make more of it, instead of spending like $5 on chips and $5 on bread, and like all that stuff adds up. So that's why it looks like I'm not buying a lot, but I am. It's just for dinner purposes. So since I have fish fry, and I have breadcrumbs, and I have eggs, and I have frozen fish, we're gonna do fish fry one night. And so I have a bunch of frozen broccoli, and I'm gonna do broccoli fries and fish. Like I said earlier, I have a whole thing of pancakes. I also like to do this in like make the whole thing, and the extra we freeze, and so you can just thaw them and have them for breakfast sometime. I have bacon and I have eggs and I have syrup, so we're doing breakfast one night. This is where I keep like my produce, and I've got a ton of potatoes that I need to use up. All right, so in my produce, I have potatoes, sweet potatoes, zucchini, and squash, and we're gonna be eating those, and I'm just gonna buy a tenderloin, and there you go. And the next night, we're gonna have fajitas. In the freezer, I have frozen bell pepper slices that are already cut up. My bell peppers were going bad, so I just cut them into fajita slices, put them in the freezer, and then you can save them for later. So all I need to buy is tortillas. I have sour cream in the fridge, shredded cheese, and I already have frozen seasoned chicken that I'm gonna use for fajita meat in the freezer. And I need 2 more meals, so I'm going to look into my freezer one more time because I know that I have a lot in there and I need to use it up. Forgot to mention I have 2 of these, so I've got green beans as sides I need to put somewhere. All right, this is like a spinach chicken Alfredo I'm gonna try and do one night. And here's another meal that I'm gonna throw together. It's like black beans, peppers, sweet potatoes, chicken, and I'm gonna do it with rice, kind of like a bowl of some sort. And voila, I'm gonna use up my rice when I do the sweet potato bowl. So I think I did a good job. This is my grocery list. There's like hardly anything on it. I mean, I haven't added like the normal stuff like milk. You know, my kids go through milk like crazy. So I'm gonna throw all of this together in my grocery app and show you how much it costs. All right now, $41.68. That is for all of my meals for the week, lunch and breakfast. So I still have to get like milk and a couple of other things. I'm gonna try to make this like a $70 grocery budget for the week. I don't think I need too much else, but I have plenty of room for other things. One other thing I wanted to mention is that if you write out things that you have, like options that you bought, you're gonna remember it if you have this available. So if I'm just shopping on my phone and just putting stuff away in my pantry throughout the week, I'm most likely gonna forget what I have. So if I just leave this out on my counter, I go back and reference to this when it's breakfast time, when it's lunch time, when it's supper, and I look at what I have instead of it just being there and then I forget and then I overbuy the next week. So that's really helpful to keep this somewhere handy that you can look at it throughout the week. All right guys, and that is it for my pantry cooking challenge. I think I did pretty good. 41 bucks for like 6 meals with what I already had. I deserve an A+. I challenge you to try and do this yourself. It's fun. I like to do it 1 week out of the month to just see how we can get by, and it's really not as bad as you think, and it's gonna save you a lot, especially if you do it once a month. It's 12 times a year, and my grocery bill this week is gonna be 70 bucks. I mean, I could make it 60 bucks if I wanted to like really challenge myself. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I will see you again next time. Y'all have a lovely week. Bye, everybody.